Hello again. Welcome to this chapter on organization management of the functional safety. Now there is some brief vocabulary which we would like to touch upon. First thing is automotive safety integrity level ASIL, which I already touched upon or already mentioned. One of the four levels to specify the items or necessary ISO 26262 requirements and safety measures to apply for avoiding an unreasonable risk, with D representing the most stringent and A the least stringent level. Now ASIL level has four categories. One is ASIL level A and ASIL level D. Okay, ASIL level D is the most stringent one, and ASIL level A is the least stringent one. And there is one more ASIL level called QM, which is quality management, which does not fall into any automotive safety integrity levels. Next is cascading failure. The failure of an element of an item routing from the root cause inside or outside of the element and then causing failure of another element or elements of the same or different item. Okay, you understand this sentence very carefully. Cascading failure is failure of an element resulting from root cause of another element. I mean, if the failure cascades from one element to another element, that is called cascading failure. Now, what is meant by risk? The probability of occurrence of unintended event or harm or high severity of danger. Understand, probability of occurrence of unintended event or harm or high severity of danger. Now, in this particular slide, you can see all the 12 various aspects of the ASIL, of the ISO 26262. Now we are talking about the second part, which is the organization management, or in short, the management. We will explain this organization management elaborately in the coming slides. The overall safety management, and this organization management has overall safety management, project dependent safety management, and safety management regarding production, operation, service and decommissioning. Now we will briefly touch upon the overall safety management. Please see the three important portions. Okay, the overall safety management, which comprises of the safety management of entire organization, and safety management during the project execution, the project development, and safety management after the production till in the entire life product life, during the entire end operation or end use of the vehicle. Now, as you can see, this is a chart or a matrix representation of the management, organization, functional safety during development, or functional safety after development, which I have mentioned in the previous slide. Organization management has further many portions. As you can see, there is a safety culture, there is a management anomalies, competence management, quality management, and project independent tailoring. Okay, so in the organization management, defined R&D procedures, which comprise of the defined tools and configuration management, must be clearly outlined, and also quality assurance management, which is supported by ASPICE standard as well, must be clearly outlined. As you can see, the fourth portion is quality management, and quality assurance system is supported by ASPICE, must be clearly outlined. And deploy a competence management, safety anomalies also identify and resolve. Competence management is you have to clearly identify the roles and responsibility depending upon the competence of the various employees who are allocated to the various aspects. Also, you should have a clear project independent tailoring. Now, for all these things, there is a central functional safety department, and also maybe a group of safety experts or an individual. Functional safety department may comprise of one person or many individuals, so that the entire competence management, the entire management anomalies, and also the quality management can be clearly outlined or clearly specified. So you have to understand the safety culture must have a top down approach wherein the entire organization will clearly define who is responsible for which aspect of the safety. And when you talk about the functional during development or the project development, we have clear cut defined role and responsibilities. We have to clearly understand what is the impact analysis. And when I talk of impact analysis, please understand most of the products are not developed from the scratch. Usually most of the products are improvement from the previous product. So you already have an impact clear analysis, a clear impact analysis, that what is the impact of a given product in the functional safety context. So that functional safety context must be improved upon. That is what is meant by impact analysis. And what is meant by development interface agreement? Development interface agreement is nothing but a work product between the company and the customer, which ensures that there is no misunderstanding later on. So clearly understanding the scope of the various aspects of the functional safety, which are all the for example, let me give an example: making sure that the software is flashed without any bit errors. So this has to be clearly outlined in the development interface agreement. And also there is something called safety plan. Safety plan or a safety case is nothing but a argument clearly mentioned that the end product is safe for the entire functional for the entire life of the vehicle, life of the automobile. And also it clearly ensures that the entire project development is monitored by the progress, entirely monitored by the progress, and you have to review the project progress along with the plan. You have to monitor the progress in parallel with the plan, so that the progress is happening as per the plan, and in case required, the plan can be modified. Also there has to be clearly documenting setup. There has to be a setup at the clearly documentation of the entire work products should be clearly organized. And now let's talk about the next thing, FUSA after the development. Functional safety after development means continuous support for the functional safety after the product is developed. So you have to mention that once the automobile is released into the market, then also all the various components of the automobile which come under FUSA work appropriately. They are working clearly as per the requirement. And this is where the confirmation measures come into picture. We will be discussing about the confirmation measures in the coming slides, but as of now, please remember the confirmation measures comprise of the reviews, audit and assessment. I will explain this clearly in the coming slides. And FUSA during the development, setting up the proper team in which competence is properly managed, setting up a proper confirmation measures, functional safety audit, functional assessment, and also understanding the item definition, understanding the development interface agreement between supplier and the OEM and the tier 1, which includes various activities, responsibilities and scope and the products. Doing a proper impact analysis, during a HARA analysis, understanding the ASIL level of each component, development of safety plan. The central work product of the project is important till the end of perception, operation, service and decommissioning. Also should include the accountability, roles, names and work product. Now this is a brief summary what exactly comprises of the FUSA in the organization development phase. And of course a safety case. Safety case comprises the argument and all supporting evidence that the developed feature for the entire vehicle does not pose an unreasonable, unacceptable risk. Now again going back to the initial definition of the functional safety, we have to make sure that no component is posing an unacceptable risk or unreasonable risk. Okay, so this is what is this is the brief overview about functional safety at an organizational level.